Hey guys, this is Dan with SC Bushcraft. Wanted to have a talk with you all about kind of a thoughtful subject, and while I was at it, I just wanted to sort of walk you around the swamp here for a few minutes and show you some of the beauty out here. This old garden spider right here, that's a big one. But I always think those things are neat. I don't know, maybe I'm weird, but I just think they're neat creatures. They sure do eat a lot of bugs too, but nonetheless, what I want to talk to you all about as I'm walking out here is alarmism. And alarmism would be defined as using exaggerations and lies in order to bend people to your will, or in order to cause them to react in a way that you want them to react, maybe rather than to react in the way that that they would naturally if they were just given the facts and left alone. I see a lot of that on a lot of political channels and the news channels on YouTube. What brought this about was a video I watched. It was a related video to another one I'd watched previous. It was talking about how our president and our government want to come, send the army to take everyone's guns away, kill anyone that doesn't comply, and then sell our country off to the UN. And granted, there's probably some crackpots out there in the world that really would like to do that, but and who knows, maybe the whole exact conspiracy theory scenario that was brought to bear in that conversation might even be real. I doubt it, but the thing is that the way it was presented was alarmist. This guy brings out this piece of paper from the 60s during the Cold War about ending proliferation for nuclear, biological, and chemical weapons. And it clearly was not anything to do with what he's talking about. And he's reading it, and he's talking about it as if they're talking about taking away your hunting rifle. And he's saying, oh, you've got to do this, and you've got to do that, and using all this hyperbolic language. And I don't even know where that word came from. I'm a hillbilly. That means exaggerated anyway, but using all this hyperbolic language, talking about how everyone needs to go out and get a gun and learn to shoot today and learn to defend yourself. A couple things. A, you'll never defend yourself against the U.S. military. If our government wants to hurt you, they will. B, the military would not go for that situation of going and attacking Americans en masse and giving the country over to the UN. He used Katrina as an example. That was a little bit different. There was a plausible, I don't agree with it, but there was a plausible explanation given in the military. Hey, you need to take people's guns away because they're going to go crazy here. And we've got old deer skull out here. That wasn't out here last time I was out here, and it's been 7 months since hunting season. I think I got a panther's been out here killing deer. Not to interrupt the conversation, I just kind of caught my eye there. Seen bones with claw marks on them and seen some scat. But anyway, nonetheless, what the guy was talking about, just the way he was saying it was just totally deceitful. And that's the way a lot of those channels are. There's 15% of truth and 85% of BS and scary, monsters under your bed kind of stuff. There's so many real things to worry about in the world. I'll be more worried about the fact that, if anything goes wrong with our power grid, for instance, then it would take a whole lot longer than most people think to rectify that kind of a situation. Our power grid is so fragile right now and so overloaded. There's just one example. There's plenty of other countries in the world. Let's forget about our country selling out. There's plenty of other countries in the world that don't like us a bit and are just itching to get their finger on the trigger of some sort of weapon of mass destruction and blow us up. Not only that, we've got a drought. We've got a food crisis. We've got an economic crisis. We've got a financial system that's broken to the point that it's beyond repair, without someone coming up with some totally new way to deal with money and finances. And, not only that, we've got a bunch of people in the country who are so distracted by all this politics that they can't put their heads together with common sense for 10 minutes to have a discussion about anything. You know, those are the kind of things that I think about. You know, in the division, all the division does, you know, I'm not a just let everything slide kind of a guy. There's a time and a place to, you know, pick your battles though. And you know, another thing is too, you know, they're always calling people sheep. Oh, you know, oh, you sheeple, you sheeple. You know, and then who's the wolf in that scenario? I believe that man that's saying that is the wolf. And you know, kind of reminds me of the Pied Piper. I grew up in a pretty bad area, and I know exactly how con artists work. And everything he does is typical of a street pusher or a con artist. And you know, just to think of one off the top of my head, I'm not going to name no names, but a lot of them do it. And they're pushing you in all these different directions. In the end, there's time to back up, find things out for yourself, and then, you know, think to yourself, is this plausible, what this person's saying? If it is, can I even do anything about it? And what's this person trying to get out of me by saying this? Because honestly, I don't think a lot of those people really care about your welfare. I don't think they care about it at all. I think they care about their pocketbooks. I think that they care about, you know, being popular and being liked. But when it comes right down to it, you know, being a revolutionary, being in somebody's army, you know, being somebody's pigeon is never good for the, you know, for anybody but the person you're doing it for. That's never to your advantage to be on that footing with somebody else and give them control over your mind. I could think of some more examples. I'm sure I'll get comments about this. You know, that just really unsettled me to see that out of the 2 of those videos I watched, there was one comment that even dared to question, you know, hey, what you're saying sounds like a whole lot of fear and BS. And the rest of them were like, oh yeah, all those sheeple are so stupid, you know. And I just had to say something about it. Y'all watch any of my videos, you kind of know I'm not real good at keeping my opinion to myself sometimes. And you know, this is one case where I just couldn't do it. But I hope no one takes this personally. You know, I say these things because I care. And I say these things because I just see too much of it going on. And any potential solution that anyone could ever think of for any of these problems, I don't think they will be solved. But, you know, if they are, it'd be a miracle, because any solution anyone thinks of for any of the problems that are going on in our country are shot down by this division. They're shot down by fear, and they're shot down by con artists. You know, our Congress and our Senate are full of them. Our White House has had a con artist in it. I hate to say that. Our White House has had con artists in it. Time out of mind. I can't even remember the last honest president. You know, I can't call one to mind that didn't lie somehow to get what he wanted. You know, as long as everyone's being lied to, you know, as long as everyone's letting themselves be lied to and fooled, because it's easier to do that than think for yourself, we're in big trouble. So, anyway, thank you all for hearing me out, and thank you for your time, and thanks for taking a walk with me here. Y'all have a nice day.